Destruction magic's fine.
Don't
Just
take this
go
the wrong
burning
way,
down any building.
but you look a little sickly.
Travel southeast and you'll find an orc stronghold.
The art of stealth.
Up around the old Dushnik or
Or
Kalkum
quit
mine.
significantly less before they know what's hit them. Oh, sorry. I need to be quiet.
As his housecarl, Igman's security is my chief concern.
I'm Igman's uncle, as well as his steward. I advise Igman the same way I advised his father. Caution, caution, caution.
Yes?
Ondolimar is the commander of the Thalmor in Marka.
Worship of Talos is strictly forbidden. You have the honor of addressing a member of the Thalmor. Bask in it. The Dominion is here, and we're watching you. Keep your hands to
The Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors.
until
You think you've got what it takes? Our headquarters is in Solitude.
I'm the Jarl's personal blacksmith, but that doesn't mean I can't sell you a few pieces for a fair price. Depends on what you need. A light armor is good for travel, less to carry. A heavy armor weighs you down, but no true warrior goes without it. If you want some heavy armor, I might have a deal we could work out. I need a dangerous heart. Jarl wants me to cool his new sword in blood. You get me a heart, I get you some armor. Interested? Good hunting. Good. I'd prefer using water to cool my metal, but it's what the Jarl wants. Here, some of my best armor. Wear it well. Anything. Served in the Legion with my sister Gorza for over 10 years. We've seen every piece you can imagine. Have you met her? She runs the forge near the smelter. Just don't bother talking to her, apprentice. Boy has no talent. Take a look. Fight well.
No offense, but you're not looking so good.
Don't bother with Tacitus. Useless. Grew up in a stronghold. Every orc girl tended the forge at some point. But a girl has to grow up, and life in the stronghold asks for a lot in return. So I joined the Legion. Mastered my trade there. That's right. An orc stronghold. Kept to ourselves, lived as our ancestors would have wanted. Wasn't enough for me, though. I left. Didn't want to end up as the third wife of some lowly chieftain. Fight well.
Noticed that there seems
What do you
to
need?
be a trend
Take a
of
look?
women wearing subtle amounts of war paint on their lips and around their eyes and cheeks.
Until... Time. Take a look. Take a look.
Do you think I look attractive? What I mean is, does it make me look more attractive? Or did you not notice?
Can't a woman get a moment to herself? Leave me. Don't take this the wrong way, but you look a little sickly.
You should be more careful with the men you pick, dear.
He said he loved me.
Real men prove their love. Words are as empty as the air they run through.
Sneaking is so much fun. The thrill of almost getting caught is more addictive than skooma. Oh right, yeah, now's not the time for talking.
The Hag's Cure is here for all your discreet needs.
I have a question.
You want to know a secret of mine? Girl, the most effective poison to kill a man? Wishing to make others fall in love, perhaps?
I was actually just wondering if you had any family.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry. You don't tell me if you don't.
I have one, a nephew. He's in prison for being a member of the Forsworn.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it.
Don't be. We all make mistakes. You look sick. I hope it's not contagious. Comes with living to a ripe old age. People start thinking there's something magical about you. Then, the insults. Still, a little knowledge of plants and potions can get you by. Not that anyone likes to admit buying things from you. See? I even have a little potion for the steward. Mind handing it over to him? Just say it should solve that problem he has. Thank you. Come to see the hag with an offering of coin, then? Well, so be it. I accept your investment. Ah, look at the pretty shiny coins. Now, how best to spend them? We'd be better off without the Silverbloods. They send their brute, Ingvar, to shake some coins from me every few days. And Betrid Silverblood is always asking for more potions to fuel Thonar's ambitions. Gives him a temper fiercer than any bear. Only that they break an old woman's heart. So many friends, so many kin, all lost trying to rebuild a past that was over long ago. Ah, so you're an alchemist then? Now, you let me know if you need a cure or anything else.
There's so much to learn about the shop. I'll never get it all straight. I'm Bothella's assistant. She's the one you should talk to if you need an herb or a potion.
What is this?
A nail?
Is that what you call it? In the Legion, we would have called it useless. Look how brittle the metal is.
I'm sorry. Well, the forge gets so hot in the dark.
You thought what? You would skip a step, not heat the metal all the way through? Jesus. Now do it again.
I'm Boris.
What are you doing then?
I help her
A new blade? Tacitus? Boy's an Imperial. I keep showing him how to treat the iron, but he never gets it. In the Legion, the Imperial smiths used to read books when they couldn't set their hammers straight. Wisdom of the old, I guess. If you find a book called The Last Scabbard of Akrish, would you bring it to me? Tacitus sure isn't learning by example. Thanks. Excellent. I think you'll be glad that you made this decision. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Let me know if you need something forged.
No offense, but you're not looking so good.
Keep your hands to yourself.
You're not one of my workers. What are you doing here? Oh, yes, Waylon. Bastard could have at least gone crazy after we made our silver quota. Whatever you want to know, I don't care. I run a smelter, that's it. Fine. I did notice something odd the last time we handed out the pay. Little extra slip of paper for Waylon. Took it right to his room after he got it. You want Garvey. He handles the keys for the Warrens. About the only thing that disease-riddled native is good for. What? No. Thonar Silverblood owns it. He owns everything in Markarth. But he hands all the paperwork over to Nepos, the Nose, to finish. That old man's back is heavy with burden.
Every other day, seems one of the laborers runs off to the hills saying he'll join the Forsworn.
You don't like the Nords?
Fine, but pledging your whole life to killing them, that's just dumb.
They don't like us talking to people when we work. Mullish, big orc fella. Can't miss him. Don't get involved in that nonsense. Just want to work. Really should talk to Mullish if you have a problem with one of the workers.
I oversee Markarth's smelter. Worker gets out of line, I get him back in line.
Let's see those Stormcloaks try to break into this canyon.
I trust you're not planning.
I find your hand in my pocket. I'm going to cut it off.
Warren, the Warrens isn't a place for your type. What do you want? Sorry, but you don't exactly belong here. Trust is hard to come by here. But all right. Oh yes, I know everyone who sleeps in the Warrens. Kind of the one who passes the keys around. I guess someone else will be taking his room now. It's where you go when you can't afford a room anywhere else. About the time they opened the mines, someone got the idea to throw beds in here. Laborers, the sick, the lame, we're all here. That's right. Welcome to Markarth, traveler. Thank the Divines you can choose to live somewhere else. Uh-huh.
You don't want to be here. No one wants to. Don't know anyone here who doesn't have rattles or ataxia.
I hope you have a backup plan if we get... What?
Yes?
They say the most painful way to die is also the fastest. And that's a shame. There's always safety in the shadows for those who embrace it. True enough, and is the dark a friend to you? I can't read you as well as the others. Your heart beats with neither pity nor malice. Your bones speak in an unfamiliar tongue. Typically, the Warrens only beckon those who seek death. Can you hear it? Such sweet music. Many who reside here would not share such sentiments. For them, the music eats away at their insides. An astute observation. Most are too quick to trust their eyes, even as their blood curdles inside. Others don't trust their eyes enough. It's how I hide in plain sight, outside the very walls they seek to trap me in. I would ask you the same. Your body is unlike the others. It doesn't betray your thoughts. I'm curious as to why. That you are. And the dragons are your prey. Agreed. I will tell you what I am, and you can respond as you see fit. To put it bluntly, I am a killer. Just as mothers nurse their young, or a thief is compelled to steal, I crave the kill. Theirs is not my way. I don't like to have my victims chosen for me, nor do I prescribe to the tenets of Sithis. What I do is for my own pleasure. And to do it any other way would spoil the kill. And how, may I ask, do you deliver these souls to the void? No, don't tell me. Some things are best left to the imagination. None. Mortals are like instruments, and they all make their own sound. Whether it's the creak of an old man, or the squill of a young child, their throes of panic are sweet, their cries to the gods divine. You're right. There's an age that plays sweeter than most. A time when a person can contemplate fear, yet isn't old enough to manage it. All of this works to titillate the palate before the kill. Yes, I've heard tales that the Order is extinct. Still, if lives are left to flourish, then death will flourish, and the shadow skills will return. True, there are many who pursue me, some of whom don't even know the face of their quarry. But as of this moment, it's sellswords who chase me. I was near a small hamlet south of Farrun when the skin of a man molded in bruises and calluses called for my blade. The sound directed my eyes to the local blacksmith, a red guard, very stout, but his bones sang with fear. I turned to leave when I stumbled into a street urchin. He was a pickpocket, but a clumsy one. He missed my purse strings and cut the leather. And that was the problem. Because the purse wasn't filled with septums, but the hand of a Bosmer. The few villagers who didn't see the hand were quick to smell it. The others just followed the screams. The town guard and local sellswords surrounded me. Even the farmers drew their daggers. By submitting, I planted the idea I was worth more alive than dead. And the smaller the company, the bigger the share. It didn't take an oracle to see what would happen next. The sellswords were quick to turn on the guards, and even quicker to turn on themselves. The ones that remained were easy prey. I keep the body parts that play the sweetest music. Oh no, some require fine-tuning. You might see me at the tanning rack, but it isn't leather I'm crafting. I don't need your charity. Neither do the people. It only serves to delay their suffering. Yes, take the sick one, Karine. She lies all day in her own filth, gripping her stomach in pain. Of course, there is a way out. The girl lacks the courage to do it on her own. You can help her. Her body yearns for your still, to feel its fiery kiss. Sure. That's one way to go about it. Another way is to be the instrument of their death. Shadow hide you. Your eyes whisper such beautiful music.
Enjoy your last
It's gonna cost you.
It's nothing. I'll kill you.
Gods help us.
You don't look so tough to me.
Gods, no!
You won't get away.
I'll try to make this quick. You. Don't hurt me. Not again. You're as good as dead.
It's a fine day with you around. Lead the way.
They say the drowned don't suffer. That's unfortunate, given the layout of this city. Your eyes whisper such beautiful music.
Warrens ain't for you.
Imagine if I
Trust
was
me.
Dragonborn.
The Warrens isn't a place for your
Take on
type.
an entirely
What do
new
you
meaning.
want? Uh-huh.
You've been digging around where you don't belong. It's time you learned a lesson. Someone who doesn't like you asking questions. Come on, let's see what you're made of. That's it? That's all you got?
Oh, you're just gonna stand there and take it? Fight back!
You mangy piece of pit bait. I was sent by Nepos the Nose. The old man hands out the orders. I was sent by Nepos the Nose.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. I've got a letter and a lot of gold. Something about it being your, inheritance. Oh, and sorry for your loss. Looks like that's it. Got to go. Nope. Sorry.
Nothing.
Sidna mines for prisoner scum only. Keep out. This is a jail, owned by the Silverblood family. We use the prisoners to mine for ore. It's the most secure prison in Skyrim. Throw scum in, close the gates, no one gets out. So unless you're here to dig, you don't belong here. We're not. The Silverbloods pay our wage. Every man here is a trained mercenary. Until next time.
You mess with the Silverblood family, you end up here.
I'm in charge of the prisoners here.
You mess with the Silverblood family, you end up here. Sidna mines for prisoner scum only. Keep out.
his housecarl,
You all right?
Igman Security
Look like you
is
might
my
be
chief
sick.
concern.
The Jarl has put out a bounty on Forsworn. Here, take a look at this decree for details. Oh, yes. Thank you. Here you go. Some gold for your assistance and your discretion. I have letters to read.
Staying safe, I hope.
The Tholmor know how to deal
Not
with
our
talent.
safety we should be worried about.
The Silverblood family will be heard.
Ondolamar is the commander of the Tholmor in Markarth.
Worship of Talos is strictly forbidden.
Don't bother with Tacitus. Useless.
Are you feeling sick?
This better be good.
You're lucky I have company, so I can do unspeakable things to the orcs.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm things. Make it quick.
You, tell me, do you think I'm attractive? Thank you. I suspected as much. Which makes it all the more confusing why Nelos ignores me for that horse of a high elf. It must be out of pity or hunger. I've always said her nose reminds me of a giant turnip. Alduin is my arch enemy, my nemesis in love. Nelos is always talking to her, confiding in her, when he should be doing those things with me. It makes no sense why he prefers her company. Unlike that Somerset I saw, I'm a fellow Dunmer. Not to mention I'm cuter, funnier, and by far the more talented mage. And the worst part is they just met. How can he value the counsel of that drunk over his companion of 5 years? You're handsome for a Slode, but my heart belongs to Nelos. Arguably the greatest mage in all of Tamriel. But when it comes to who is most dashing, I will tolerate no argument. He is a Dunmer of average height, but immeasurable stature. His eyes burning with the fire of the Red Mountain itself. For all those who serve the guild, he is our leader, our mentor, our muse. He is the hand and we are the fingers, waiting for the long night when we clutch all of Nirn in our palm. You aren't half as handsome as a mud crab, and not even worth comparing to Nelos. I am, and I'll have you know it wasn't all talent. I worked very hard to become the mage I am, a mage not everyone thought I could be. I still remember when I was but a novice at the college. Whenever I cast a destruction spell, everyone would comment on what a good enchanter I was.
These drunks get louder and less
I didn't realize it at the time, but I think they were insulting me. Although, to be fair, I am a good enchanter. The best. Yes, but I found where I truly excel is with spells of frost and cold. I was in the Arcaneum studying a tome on that very subject when I first met Nelos.
Someone who can keep up with me.
He looked so menacing with that lick of hair and blades of war paint slashed across his face, yet his voice was gentle. He asked me if I understood the tome I read. I could only nod what remained of my head as my body melted into the floor. His questions turned out to be a sort of audition, one that I naturally passed with flying colours, despite Nelos having sailed under false ones. Nelos recognised my talent for destruction and chose to cultivate it, whereas Mirabelle wanted me to train under the Master Enchanter. Of course, he wouldn't accept me into his guild without first passing 3 additional tests. The first was to still his heart, the second was to make him smile, and the third was to take his breath away. Okay, so maybe those tests were self-imposed, but I still plan on passing them. There's no way to be certain why the Divines blessed me with such a specific gift, but I do know how. You see, fire scorches and lightning shocks, but ice is a paradox, for it can both destroy and preserve. In fact, my grandmother once believed frost magic was the key to eternal youth. Well, the old bat thought if she slowed the heart and the body, she could slow the aging process itself. Every day she cast frost spells on herself, trying to delay the appointment the wrinkles had with her neck. Yet it only left her skin cracked and dry and whiter than a Nord's. She was a living ghost. Soon her health began to fail and she no longer could muster up the magicka for her daily treatment. That's when she bought me a tome on frostbite. She was completely mad, of course. Should a child always listen to her elders? Was it wrong for me to end her miserable existence?
Start flirting a little less. Some of these lads take it too seriously. But then again, the tips are better that way.
Really? I thought I was doing her a favour. Although granted, I may be a bit biased. I did quite enjoy the way the frost nibbled on her skin. So much so I might have overdid the treatment. She was, however, well preserved in the end. When the guilds I belonged to last met, Nellos instructed us to refrain from contact for the time being. I suspected this might be some clever attempt for him and Alduin to escape on some tryst, which neither I nor the laws of decency could abide by. So I followed Nellos to Harthinger, but only got as far as Dragonbridge before I lost track of him. I wait here now in hopes that he might return, and in fear that she will be with him when he does. It was a book recommended to me by the librarian's apprentice on the nature of destruction magic. While some schools attempt to mimic reality and others try to alter it, it was unclear whether destruction was doing one or the other. When you harness the elements, do you draw them from nature or manifest them? When heat is drawn to make fire, does the air lose warmth? Much of this was explained to me by Nellos. Not that I needed him to. I understood it just fine. I just wanted to hear his voice. In any case, he told me how the answer lies in the beasts of the wild and the world around us. When plants fail to grow in mage light, it's proof alteration is not natural. When the invisible can be touched, it proves that illusion is not real. Then look at the way catfish come to the surface when the earth is about to quake, or how rodents scurry indoors days before winter. Nature knows what's real, and it will react to a coming storm in the same fashion, whether it made by mortals or gods. Farewell.
Charisma can't compare to an adventurer's charm. Somewhere I can really let loose.
Something on your mind?
I saw you steal that.
Something on your mind?
Don't take this the wrong way, but you look a little sickly. Back when I worked at the tavern, I'd hear tales of adventurers like you all the time. You wouldn't believe the things I heard behind the bar back in the day. Take care of yourself out there. Take a look. All right, then. You remind me of the travelers I used to meet at the bar.
So you like to go feeling around people's
Yes.
pockets looking for valuables, huh?
For that price?
Make
Sure.
You don't grab the wrong valuables. Or you may get arrested for touching someone indecently.
It's a fine day with you around. Lead the way.
Maybe I should start flirting a little less. Lads. Too seriously. But then again, the tips are better that way.
Fate is the name. I keep the inn.
Do you like it rough, or do you prefer a gentle touch? I can accommodate either way. I've been told my body is a work of art. Care to study it up close? Say things like that, and you'll have me all to yourself before long. Thanks. I do try my best to bring some warmth and comfort to this old place, and to all its wonderful patrons like yourself.
I've let a few secrets slip about my voluptuous figure while pouring drinks for the patrons.
Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both. Take care, love.
Something different about you. I can tell. Oh, here. Take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Take a look.
Yeah,
I can't help but imagine what you look like underneath all that armor. Care to please my curiosity?
I like them rough and wild. You look like you could handle me, which scares me but excites me as well. Let's sate that appetite, hmm?
I'll be dreaming of you tonight if you don't mind.
This life may not be glamorous or exciting, but it's all mine now.
What is it?
Maybe I should take up cooking lessons. Then maybe I could open my own market for the girls I treat. Maybe I should start flirting a little less. Some of these lads take it too seriously. But then again, the tips are better that way. Maybe I should start saving up for a place of my own. Somewhere I can really let loose without worrying about the neighbors complaining.
What is it?
You don't look... Fate is the name. I keep the inn. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
I've let a few secrets slip about my voluptuous figure while pouring drinks for the patrons.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
These drunks get louder and less charming every night, it seems. I do love it when the customers are rowdy, but sometimes I wish they'd just leave their hands where I can see them.
Tell me, Trout. They say regrets are the foundation of wisdom. For if we do not regret our mistakes, we are damned to repeat them. Our successes, meanwhile, need not to be remembered, for they only serve to bolster our temerity. That is why a general is haunted not by his victories in the battlefield, but those that slip from his grasp.
These drunks get louder and less charming every night, it seems.
That is the way we are meant to live. Always stumbling forward, looking back only to see how far we've come. For some things, such a task is simple. A hastily written report, a tactless reply, a spilled drink. For others, the tendrils run deeper, rooting your body in the earth. There is no way forward. Not until you free yourself of the memory. Not until you make things right. The thief, the one that got away, an imperial woman based on the reports, and a lone operative. She's burglarized homes of a number of notable lords, thanes, and nobles. At times, she's even ransomed their children. She's outfoxed the city guards, evaded the Oculotus, and even managed to wrangle prominent members of the Thieves' Guild. Unfortunately, the resources of the Empire are exhausted in tracking her down, forced the Elder Council to suspend all pursuit. Given the state of the Imperial coffers, it was cheaper to let her run free and compensate the Grieve for their losses. Only I remain dedicated to the cause of justice. And what I lack in men and resources, I make up for in will.
Somewhere quiet, where I can raise
I've chased her across Tamriel for the last 15 years. And I believe I'm closer than ever to catching her.
I do love it when they try to resist. But come on now. Who could resist these curves?
I'm not sure what I find more incredulous. That you were a thief, or that you'd advertise this fact in the office of the Penitus Saculatus.
I've heard rumors.
Either way, you're not my problem any longer.
Maybe
I'm retired. It's the only way I can pursue this case without being reprimanded by my superiors. I do. It's been burned into the bone of my skull, from sketches and wanted posters and images from another time. A raven-haired woman, 32 years of age,
I do love
with an aquiline nose and eyes the color of steel. She is as fearsome as an orc, but can be as cunning as a diplomat, and if need be, can charm me with the grace of a sylph. I meant it as an estimate, nothing more. Given her description, she could be anywhere from 30 to 34 years of age. I choose the middle ground.
I could use some new lingerie.
I try to make my descriptions as accurate as possible, that my words will not be distorted as they are conveyed to the next person. If I were to say she was in her early 30s, the information would quickly degrade as it passed from mouth to ear. For instance, someone might forget to include the word early. With just a simple omission, she can now be as old as 39. The Raven of Anvil is cunning enough on her own. It does us little good to cast more shadows which she can conceal herself.
I've let a few secrets slip about my voluptuous figure while pouring drinks for the patrons.
Yes, I thought it was best to give her a name that was more memorable and identifiable. All reports are at times conflicting, but the most reliable agree on one point. The girl has hair as black as a raven, so dark that it seems to devour the light around it. And like the ominous bird, she is not to be trusted, and the very sight of her is a wicked portent for those who have worked hard for their wealth. None more so than the Countess of Anvil, who in her weakness opened the doors of the Great Hall to this Eater of Carrion. They say when dealing with others, you have to know when to use the carrot, when to use the stick. Yet by when, they really mean on whom. I think the word when is rather appropriate. There's more than just differences from person to person.
I daydream about an adventure.
People themselves can have very different personalities depending on the time of day. You never want to berate your spouse, for instance, first thing in the morning. Olda seems to neglect this advice.
I do love it when they try to resist, but
Life is easy when your goals are small. When your goals are large, the problem comes not from failure, but from your inability to cope with it. Whether you reach for the stars or plow the earth, don't let the task consume you. If only I could take such sage advice. There have been several witnesses' accounts of a raven-haired thief posing as a bard. As you know, most who reside here are light of hair and tall in stature, which already narrows down the list of possible culprits. And while there are bards in Skyrim from here to Riften, there is only one capable of playing that song. Dusk at that little harbor was its name, if I recall it correctly. A beautiful but solemn tune about the sunset over the Gold Coast and the tragic death of a loved one. The Countess's cousin had passed away, and she was now on her 12th day of mourning. She refused to eat, refused to sleep. Soon her court was deprived of the same. As her mood grew more and more contemptuous, it seemed nothing would allay her grief. Many bards and poets came from all over Tamriel to celebrate the life of a cousin, in hopes of appeasing the Countess. Yet it seemed that even time itself had given up all hope, until the day a raven-haired minstrel walked into the castle and gently strummed her lute.
I daydream about an adventurer who'll whisk me away from
Those who were in attendance insisted it was the saddest song ever heard by mortal ears. They claimed the sky rained for 7 days and 7 nights, as both the Countess and the Divines exhausted all the tears. That night, the entire court slept for the first time in weeks, and when they awoke, they found their cases and coffers emptied of their valuables.
I do love it.
That is nothing but a baseless rumor, spread by those who think only of perversion. The Raven of Anvil was not raised to be a harlot.
The beggar's humility and the
Is
drunk's
that what you
charisma
think?
can't compare to an adventure.
I'm not some young buck maddened by lust. It matters not whether the Raven of Anvil is a woman or a wraith. My loyalty to the Empire is greater than some lover's passing fancy. Citizen, a favor from Commander Morrow. He owed me from back when he was an initiate, and I was his inspector. More like what didn't happen. Commanders like Morrow may seem like hard, unyielding men, and there is certainly that side to them. There is also the side that is a caring father, the loving husband and humble servant of the Empire. The side of kindness is something that is almost innate. Even as children, we know the value of friendship, empathy, and love.
Maybe I should start flirting.
The other side,
Some of these
one
lads
that
take
makes
it
you a
too
man,
seriously.
that
But
must
then
be
again,
forged
the tips
through
are
a
better
crucible
that
of blood, sacrifice, and at times, even apathy. It may surprise you to find out that the initiation for both the Dark Brotherhood and the Penitus Oculatus
Sometimes
are
I
one
think
and the
about
same.
finding myself a proper man.
Both
Someone
ask
who
their
can keep up
initiates
with
to
me.
shed the blood of a
But then
stranger
again,
as proof of
they're
their fealty,
usually just as
the
much
mettle,
trouble as the customers.
and willingness to do the hard thing. When first presented with this task, Commander Morrow faltered, as do all men of conscience. It was then that I broke the rules. I told him who the target was, or more precisely what he was. True enough, there's much misconception that the Penitus Oculatus acting as a security force implies being a strictly defensive unit. On the contrary, the best way to stop an assassination is to root out the conspirators before their plans take form. As an former assassin, Commander Morrow had the advantage of knowing how the enemy operates, and that is why he was chosen as the chief security agent. It is as you might expect. Recruits are chosen for various positions and given tasks to determine their aptitude and readiness.
The beggar's humility and the drunk's charisma.
Ironically, before he became chief of security, Commander Morrow was originally recruited as an assassin. In the Penitus Oculatus, the assassin is merely a tool. He's required to kill without questioning his orders. This is because the most dangerous of enemies typically come from within. The very advisors the Emperor trusts most are the ones likely to betray him.
I should probably start carrying some sort of weapon, just in case one of those drunk perverts gets a bit too...
Withdrawal of power is a form of skooma that corrupts even the best of us. The assassin is the potion that purges it from the system.
Maybe I should start saving up for a place of my own.
As such, he is
Somewhere
often
I can
asked to
really
target
let
the
loose
very
without worrying
people he
about the
takes
neighbors
orders from,
behind me.
in order to serve the will of the only person he answers to. The life of an assassin is far from pleasant, which is why when Morrow became a father, he chose a new path.
I've let a few secrets slip about my voluptuous figure while pouring drinks for the patrons.
Not necessarily. It is left up to the discretion of the inspector to choose the targets. Although I tended to choose mortals who were louts, thieves, and deviants, there were other inspectors who felt that defeated the purpose.
Maybe I should join them.
After all, an assassin must be able to kill those whose morality is ambiguous, or possibly even leaning towards the scales of good. So it was our responsibility to create, at the very minimum, the idea that the targets were honest men.
Who could resist these?
Some inspectors choose to forego the mirage. Very well. Safe travels. Can I help you? No! Safe travels.
Please.
Did that really just happen? Someone do something. Something.